was a firm and caring person. Throughout her life, she cared for others, often at the expense of herself. These traits and qualities are what made her who she was up until she passed and even after she passed. These traits may not have been all she was, but they were definitely a core part of her experience as a human. She touched so many lives. In her early parts of life, she was a nurse of infants that were too weak to survive without her help. This carried on to later parts of her life, where she became a foster parent of special needs children and adopted some, including myself. One person's life that she touched greatly in this manner is my Aunt Esther's. My Aunt Esther was my mama's best friend for many, many years. They met while my mom was a nurse and when my mom was caring for her daughter. And Esther said that she was talking to my mom about the work she did, and my mom liked it, so she wanted to do it too. Well, it was her choice, Esther said. And she did. My mom fostered for many years after this, for at least 27 years. Her fostering brought my siblings to me and gave me so many fond memories. One such memory was like we would have this annual trip to Atlanta where it was a gathering for families who had fostered and adopted. My family and Aunt Esther's family, we would take this trip every year, and according to my best friend, Aunt Esther's daughter, Brittany, we would sit in the back of the van and play on our Nintendo DS's all the time as we swapped games. And we would Mama would hand us snacks like sweet, like the mango strips, freeze dried mango strips and goldfish. And so anyways, as we made that journey, we would sit back and stack as Mama handed us. So anyway, speaking of stack, that was one thing Mama enjoyed doing that I found I related to, was cooking. While she never let me in the kitchen with her as she cooked, I still gleaned a lot of cooking skills from her. She enjoyed cooking because it was the one time a day she could take a break from us kids, while also ensuring that she could care for us. So it was also a way for her to stay in the moment while finding joy in something that quieted her mind. And you'll be surprised to hear this, but cooking wasn't the only trait that she and I shared. Mama always supported my abilities in art and even had her own. In times of stress, she would retreat to her room at night and color in coloring books for adults. Perhaps she picked this trait knowing she had to take care of herself, but also as a way to relate to me. Even in doing things for herself, she always found a way for it to benefit others. Her doing things to benefit others was always something she did. It even extended to connecting with people. I remember when I was little, we would sit down and talk while playing board games. And I have this one specific memory of sitting at the kitchen table, playing a game of Trouble. Trouble. And I don't remember the topic of discussion, but I do remember feeling as if I could talk to her about anything. And of course, this technique changed over time. We went from playing board games to talking in the car on road trips. And we went from talking in the car on road trips to just having regular discussions at the dinner table. And but I found it a lot easier to discuss things with her at that point, when we would do car trips and stuff, because at that point, tensions, things weren't always great between us. But I would seek out her attention in less than healthy ways, and it did evolve into a lot of fights, but we always managed to get through them somehow. You know, no matter our viewpoints, we still loved each other at the end of the day. Anyways, um, I miss her. I miss her love and her presence. I miss that she could help myself and others figure out things when we needed her. I remember she used to call you all the time. She used to call you all the time when she had issues. And when you had issues, you'd always call her. I miss that. I miss that. I'm sure you do too. But, and most, I miss her love and care, and most of all, I miss that we could talk to her whenever we needed to. And I suppose that is a big part of who she was. People felt they could talk with her, connect with her whenever they needed to. And that is why everyone grew to care for Mama, those connections she had held with them. And I suggest keep thinking about them. Keep remembering them. Keep remembering her and talking about her. Because she wouldn't want those connections she made with other people to dissipate. She would want them to remember those connections. And she wouldn't want those connections to help you all. She will want these connections to help us, remember her. We could.